Oh, no.
I don't know how well you could hear all that, but basically what I was saying was I'm hopeless with boats and I have no idea what I'm doing. Thankfully, one of our camp neighbours across the way from us, Dion, who you will see later in this episode, is a mechanic and he come over to help us out fixing the boat motor. There was a carburetor issue where the carby was so full of oil and gunk that it wouldn't start, and then directly after that there was an impeller issue. The impeller had no blades left on it, so it wasn't cooling down the engine. So the first test run ended up being a rowing mission back to the boat ramp because there was no cooling and the engine overheated. And I have a perfect music selection for the slow and steady pace in which this boat goes at, especially when the motor overheats. This is just a short clip of Em and I having a chat, and you have no idea what we're saying, which is good because we don't either.
In reality, we're actually following Dion out to the Blackwood River National Park, where he thinks there is a beautiful spot that we can possibly get the van down to.
So Dion not only helped us fix the boat motor, but is also showing us an awesome campsite that we can go visit. And not to mention, that's his troopy up in front of us, and we think it's absolutely awesome.
While it may not look like much to the camera, Dion's cruiser is an absolute weapon and set up for off-grid. The track, however, is quite a challenge. So sit back and relax and enjoy the Blackwood River National Park.
This is Dion. Big shout out, mate. Thank you for everything.
This is the first campsite that we pull up to. It's not too bad, but just wait.
As Em said, this campsite isn't too bad, but Jagger loves it and finds time. When we arrive to the second site, Amity looks absolutely in awe, while Dion and I have a cheeky beer before we walk down to the river to have a quick look. The camera really doesn't do justice to the magnificence of this spot. The next day, before we head off to Perth to pick up Freya, I clean off the solar panels. For some reason, Amity thinks that's absolutely hilarious. While we're in Perth, we enjoy a late Christmas with Freya and celebrate Christmas on Boxing Day. When we get back to camp with her, we attempt to teach her how to swim. Freya was not a fan. After about an hour of swimming lessons and 45 minutes of complaints from Freya, we gave up on this, and the next day we decided to go for a 4-wheel drive up to Black Point. And that marks the end of this very short and probably not very well done episode, but we're only working with the tools that we've got. And unfortunately, the sound quality was just absolutely horrendous, so this is what we're going to have to deal with. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed as much as you could.